Hello, how is everybody today? We're going to take a few days break from Skylanders. Talk about some of the Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Superheroes playset. Today we're going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. Tomorrow the Spider-Man playset. And the Avengers playset we're not going to talk about now because I haven't finished it. So I'm only going to talk about the ones I have finished. And the reason I'm doing these, part of the reason is, Kaden Yerk, shout out to you, did a series of reviews on the playsets. Thought it would help. If you're clicking on the video, you're thinking about buying the game for Christmas. If you're a parent, you want to know which sets to buy, which ones are the best, all that good stuff. So let's get right into it. I'll tell you what I like, what I don't like. The Guardians of the Galaxy playset includes Drax, Rocket, Groot, Star-Lord, and Gamora. Mostly, the two I played the most are Gamora and Star-Lord in the front. I think he's probably on level 15-ish. She's probably on 10 or 11, 12. In that range. Barely played Drax. It was kind of funny though, when I put every figure out that I got, go check out my launch day video. When I put out all the figures, and there's most of the rest back there, my wife said of all the figures, Drax looked the best. Kind of surprised me. But that's what she told me. I have not played this guy a ton. Only a little bit. Groot, a little bit. Rocket, not that much either. I'm going to be playing a lot of him when I play the Avengers playset because he is a crossover character. Speaking of crossover characters, the other two, well, there's two. Iron Man back there. And I'm 99% sure it's Nova. And the other reason I'm doing this now is because if I do it way too long, I might forget some of the things I liked and didn't like. Probably finished this playset a few days ago. So it took me about 2 weeks. I don't go through games quickly. Put it that way. The first thing I will mention is it's very short. You could probably get through it if you played straight. Maybe 3 hours. When you get the playset, excuse me. The playset comes with that piece, middle. Star-Lord ship, Gamora, and Star-Lord. The other three are extra. And it was a $34.99. That's the other thing. Pretty pricey, so you want to know if it's worth it. Anyways, it's short. It's funny, most of the time I'm trying to think of something positive to go with some of the negatives. It's short. The other thing is there's a lot of, it's a very vertical playset, meaning you go up and down a lot. There's towers. You have to go up and down. There are bounce pads throughout the level, but none of these characters, and this I couldn't stand, none of the characters can fly. So some of the missions I use Iron Man a lot, or I use Nova a lot. So I don't know who would fly. Out of these five, no one really. Star-Lord maybe. I wish Star-Lord could have flown. Because like I said, There's like one particular mission. I could not figure out how to get from kind of a towery thing I was on to another towery thing that was pretty far away. Basically gave up and put Iron Man on so I could fly over. So that can be frustrating with this playset. It's extremely vertical, but none of these characters really are vertical. I believe Groot can fly. Not fly. He can climb eventually if you get upgrades. But me personally, I would rather fly. So that's a downfall. They didn't really make the playset kind of to what the characters are. But you do get vehicles. So you can fly around in a vehicle if you need to get somewhere. It's just a ton easier when the figure does it. Like Iron Man, Thor's really good. Actually, Thor's one of my favorites in the Avengers and overall. So that's another thing to be aware of. If you're playing it, if your kids are playing it, they probably could get easily frustrated. Make sure you have Iron Man and make sure he can fly. I think he can fly right away. I don't think you need upgrades to have Iron Man fly. So that is that, or Nova for that matter. So those are two things. The missions themselves, besides the one I just told you about that I didn't like, there was... The missions in general I didn't like. Most of the missions were not, let's fight bad guys. Or if it was only fight a couple bad guys. Basically what I'm saying, there wasn't much action. And the other, there's like really two annoying levels were this. They're kind of turret defense levels. Missions, I should say. What you had to do is get on a turret and shoot down ships. And you had to do this twice. You're not really fighting with your character. You're shooting the ships, planes, whatever you would like to call it. So that I didn't like too much. It was very hard to control, and you had to be super accurate with the turret thing. It was just tough. It was not easy. The first time I did it, I probably tried a good 5 or 6 times. The best part of this playset is the very end when you travel to Ronan's ship. Ooh, ship sounds like another word. Ronan's ship. The missions on his ship were far better. I like those a lot more. And the final boss fight was very good. Some of the puzzles at the end in Ronan's ship were very good. You had to match a symbol to the one on the wall to open like the gate, the door, whatever. And there was a lot more fighting and a lot more guys to fight when you got over there. So if you're playing it and it seems kind of dry, you just have to wait till the end when you go see Ronan, and it gets better. So there it is. Let me know what you think. If I had to give it like stars out of 5, I would say 3 out of 5. I really like the characters. And when I got the game, the main reason I got the game was to play this playset. I wish it was longer. I wish it was designed differently because it doesn't match what these characters can do. Because you need someone that flies, like I said, to go up and down to all the towers, whatever you want to call them. But the end was good. Everything on Ronan's ship was very, very good. Favorite characters. You probably can guess because they're in front. And I already told you which ones are leveled up the most. Gamora is my second favorite. She didn't do much for me at the beginning. But once she is upgraded, the Y attack on the Xbox 360, probably the same one, the Xbox One. The Y attack, the uppercut with the sword, very strong. The huge guys at the end in Ronan's ship, like 3 or 4 of those, and they were gone. And it kind of kicks them back, so they really can't fight back. Great move. Definitely going to upgrade her more. Max her out. She's good. Good character. But my favorite, and actually one of my favorite in the entire game, is Star-Lord. Special move is pretty good with the turret thing. And once you upgrade his guns, he also gets much better. Like I said, I wish he could fly though. He can fly a little bit with the rockets, but not very far and not very high. Wish he could fly. Because if he could fly, I pretty much would have just played this character. The other thing I'll mention is, these characters cannot play in any other playset except Rocket back there. Like I said, when I play Avengers more, he will be getting more playtime because he can play in Avengers. I wish you could play these in every playset. I know you can do it in Toy Box. Someone's going to say that, but I wish you could play them in any playset. Please. Disney, Infinity, think about it. Just think about it. That is it. That's my review. Guardians. The characters I like. I wish the playset would have given us more, and they kind of would have done it differently. The end's fantastic. The part when you're on Ronan's ship. So if you think it's boring, they're not doing much, you're just kind of destroying, I don't even know what they're called. Just wait. It will get better. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you. If you have it, you played it, tell me what you think. Adios.